Hi friends, welcome back. Tonight we're going to work on my Cancun album. I figured we could get the last few pages done. I just have a little bit of items to get left in here or put in here. I have a few pictures. I have a few of our flight home. And I did already get the journaling done for this day. I have some pages of the previous days done, but I wanted to get this done before I started doing some more flips. I only have a couple pages left in here, but I want to get it hopefully completed tonight. My next few days are like extremely busy with work. I got the pages prepped, the pictures prepped, things picked out. I want to try and get my sand in there. It's just a little bit of sand compared to what I had already grabbed. So let's jump right in. Okay, got that cleared. Let's get some of this. Let's see if I can. Maybe that's too thick. That's all right. That's all right. So this is just the last picture of us that I took right before we checked out of our room. Thinking, I don't know if I want to put snapping pictures or if I want to do paradise and then do like goodbye paradise and then, or I could do this and then this, because this is when we got loaded up on to the bus. Or I could do snapping pictures in paradise, but that's a little too big for this page, I think. So what I'm thinking I might do is put these like this and then put paradise up here and then bring it down a little bit and put goodbye paradise. So let me go find some gold letters that'll match this. And then we'll get this one done. Okay, so I guess I don't have any small gold ones. So we're going to go with either black. Let me see if black will show up. All right, on here. It's a little dark here. Let me get a little bit, one that has a little bit more. Yeah, black will show up. All right, so let's do black. Let's get these pictures stuck down. I am excited to be almost done this travel album. Thinking about prepping some of the pages for Tennessee. I have an order with scrapbook.com coming in because I do not have anything left over from our last trip to Tennessee. Plus, this one's going to be a full week there. Our last one was only like 3 days, so I didn't have a whole lot of stuff from that trip that I had purchased for like Tennessee, like scrapbooky stuff, I would say. So let's move this over here. So yeah, so I'm in the process of getting that order, and I will do a little haul video of that when I get it. I am doing some of the states that we are going to be driving through as well. So like PA and Virginia, definitely Virginia because I want to drive through the Shenandoah National Park. So I'm also getting some of the national park items. We have been to the Smokies, which we did at the last two years ago when we went in 2023. But we are going to be going again because we want to rent an ATV and drive that through the parks. But I did just see where you can go on these ATV adventures with a guide. So depending on how my back is feeling, I might have to take some glue and glue that down. Depending on how my back is doing by September, the end of September, we will see if we can do that because that would be really fun. So we're going to do goodbye. So we could do black, and I think I might have a teal. B-Y-E. Oh, I do have it. Let's do a teal in the bye. So we'll do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so get this all glued down. All right, so I got the goodbye glued down. I think I am gonna actually glue this E down because it was not sticking very well. But I don't think you would want to see me gluing those little letters down because they can take some time. This is sticking better to this picture than it is to the paper. And I know it's because it's curling up, but that's all right. So I'll take care of that later. And then I'm going to stick some cute little stickers on there. Where are they? Get these out of the way. I have a bunch of little cutouts here, but I'm not going to use these on here because they're a little too big. Plus, I want to use some of these for when we get to the airport. Little suitcase there. And I got some little stickers here that actually, let's go. That guy might be too big. Can put him right there. These last few pages I don't want to take forever on because I've already documented so much in this album. Goodness, I couldn't think there for a second. Let's get some gold onto this page as well. I do have some gold hearts that would be like super cute on here. I wonder if I can get this under the P. There we go. I am going to get some of the gold hearts. Where are they? There's some, I wonder, are they in here? Can't remember if they're in this or if they're in the other book. I love these little books. I got this at Michael's. I was actually there yesterday, and I hate the fact that they don't really have good sales, but here we got some little hearts. There wasn't anything on sale yesterday. I mean, they had their storage, but that seems like what they usually have on sale when I go to Michael's. But I can never seem to catch when any of their stickers are on sale, and these are like $13. I mean, yeah, it's a good deal for your money, but for $13, I'd rather get it on sale. Especially like something like this because, I mean, I'm only going to use this travel one when I travel, to be honest with you. But, duh. So, throw some sunglasses on there. I did pick up a couple of things when I was there yesterday, which will be coming in a future haul video. Maybe next week or whenever I get my, all of my subscriptions and things in. I think that would be, because I have a couple of subscriptions coming in, just waiting for that to come in, which is my Shine Sticker Studios. And then I'm going to do a little haul video. I know I already did one for this month, but I like to show that because that stuff is super adorable. Alrighty, so on to our next one is just kind of like driving through Mexico and then arriving at the airport. Look at that. Like, look at that. Like, that would not happen here in the States. Like, no. I love this. I cut it. It was actually one of the papers in the book. So I had to cut that out. And I'm not going to do a whole lot of decorating on this page, I don't think, because, I mean, this is such a... Actually, you know what? Let me go grab some pop dots. Okay. Well, it's not pop dots, but squares. But they work the same. So let's get these stuck down real quick. I mean, I did take other pictures when we were driving, like when we first arrived down there. I think I did stick some down in the first couple of pages, or the first page or so of this book. Yeah, when I saw that on our way to the airport, I was like, what in the world? That looks like a fire waiting to happen. So we'll get that one stuck down. I'll come back through to do a little bit of journaling on this one. I did do a lot of the journaling ahead of time, but I will, once I'm done filming, I will come through and do a little bit more. And then we're going to do this up, and then our passports and flight tickets, and then how did I have this? I had this. This one was above it. Then we had this one down here. So I'm only going to be able to... I'm going to have to pop this picture up. All right, so let's get this popped down. I know it's going to add bulk, but that's all right. I'm at the end of it, so I already know I have to do another cover. So it is what it is. I'm okay with that. I have plenty of covers, so might as well use them if I got them, right? I don't know if I had stated this in my last video, but I decided to take all of my pictures. I have them in these 4x6 plastic cases because I had one of the case that you can put all your pictures in. I've decided to, I don't like that system anymore. And because I have so many 12x12 scrapbooking albums and page protectors and that have like the 4x6 sections in them, I've decided I'm going to take all of my pictures and put them in there for now. And then that way I don't have all those cases taking up that space. And then my 12x12 albums are just sitting there on a shelf taking up space. So I'm going to free up some space. Eventually I want to do a room tour once I can get this mess cleaned. I mean, it's been worse in here, but I'm hoping to get it to a point where I can actually show my room. Let's do it like something like that. Yes. And then I'm going to pop the top of this one up, and then we'll put this here and we'll pop the top of that one. Oh, I could do it like that. Perfect. Yes, let's do it that way. But yeah, I mean, I did go through a lot of it. I know I have told you that. I did go through a lot. And eventually I am probably going to post it on a Facebook group that I am in. Let me see if I can lift that a little bit. Post a lot of it up for sale on the Facebook group that I am in. And because, I mean, it's just going to sit here, and I'd rather it not go to waste, and somebody else that wants to use it can buy it and I'll ship it to them. I've done this before, so this time I kind of waited to do it because if I wanted to use something in the next 6 months, I didn't want to be like, oh crap, I want that and I don't have it anymore. Now I gotta go buy it again. that didn't happen because I went through everything before winter, and now we are almost into fall. So it's been well over 6 months. And that stuff is all still sitting up in my garage, and anything that could have froze is in my closet in the house. So yeah, I think it's time that I get rid of it. Perfect. And I'm just gonna, I don't have much room on here to be putting any bigger stickers. So let me see what we got here. It says meet me in New York. We are from New York, but I think that means New York City, but that works for me. And then we're going to take some of these little stars and pop some of them on. Oh, don't you rip on me. Pop some of those over here. Oh, I'd love to go to the Taj Mahal. That would be so much fun. I want to go to London one day. I just want to travel. But, you know, we all have bills and we are not rich, so we'll continue to dream and put money away to travel. Our next goal is 5 years from now, we will be going overseas for a trip. So that will be our 15-year anniversary. So we're just going to do some small trips for the next couple of years. So that'll be fun. Some like close by trips, you know, like 4-day weekends or stuff like that. Let's do a little arrow and point it towards that mess there. That would be cute. All right, let's see if I can find something else, but I do want to leave that space up there, right up here, so I can kind of journal a little bit, but if I could find a cute journal sticker that will fit right there, that would be awesome, because I do have these, but let's see, I don't know if I'm going to have a good, oh, no. I don't think those are going to fit. Okay, so we're just going to leave that blank and I'll journal up there after. So here, okay, so here's my dilemma. As in pulling paper. Listen, you stay over there. Let's see if I can just do it like this. There we go. That'll hold it down. So this is my dilemma. I'm going to tape this in. And I don't want to cover this up because I love this. This is so cute. So I just stuck a picture of me and my husband at the airport. And I'm just going to do a little flip out on that page back there. So this is my dilemma. So I have some like stuff, like ephemera that I collected. So I picked up this chocolate bar right before we left the hotel. And I want to incorporate it somehow. And I'm thinking like I could, oh man, now I see that it says stuff over here. So how can I incorporate that, but still have this? It's going to be too wide if I do that. No, I'm going to have to rethink this. I could stick it in my envelope, or I could stick it on the back of my envelope. Oh, I could do that. Let's do that. So this envelope has all of our info from the trip. So I'm just going to like tuck that in there. And then I have some receipts I'm going to stick that on the back, and then I'm going to tuck these onto the back of the postcard. And these are our tickets from the flight to Atlanta, which we didn't make it to Atlanta. We made it to Miami, which we weren't even supposed to go to Miami. So yeah, that was a fun plane ride. So we're going to get this done. And then I have some airplane. We actually walked out onto the tarmac, which I've never done that. I've always walked out on, I don't even know what it's called. So I thought it was kind of cool. So being that close to it. So I'm going to tip this stuff in throughout this last little bit here. And then I'm going to get this taped on. Alrighty, so I got that on there. Let's see, so this is going to be in my way. Do I want, let's go like this. Do those ones up there. And then, yes, I have a lot of pictures I want on this page. But I have to decide on which ones I want. That's the problem, because I want all of them. I could do something like this. No, you're sliding. Stop sliding on me. I know I could tape them down, but I want to make sure that I like how it looks before I do anything. Yeah, we weren't, my husband was not impressed, just so y'all know. I do want to leave a little bit of a space over here so I can like document. Okay, so let's do something like that. I'm not going to have a whole lot of room on here for anything, but that's okay because I need a little bit more. I need some space over on these pages too. Okay, so let's do that. And we will get these stuck down. That's going to go like that and that. This one done up here. Yeah, so this is not the best experience for somebody to have on their way home for the first time, you know, traveling by plane. This was my husband's first trip that we took with a plane, and traveling home was not the best experience for him. Granted, I was not impressed either, but I was annoyed. I was very annoyed. Like as we were sitting on the tarmac after boarding our flight, we were sitting on the tarmac for probably about an hour and a half. The pilot comes over the intercom and tells us that we need to be patient because they are trying to get clearance to fly into Miami to fix the de-icer. Mind you, we've been sitting on the tarmac for an hour and a half at this point. Why they couldn't fix it at that point, you know, while we're sitting on the tarmac in Tulum, maybe they didn't have the proper things to fix it, is my guess. But it is what it is, and it happened. And they needed that de-icer to be fixed before we could go to Georgia, to Atlanta. So something super sticky on my finger. Sidetracked. So finally, they got the clearance. And at that point, we knew we weren't going to make it into Atlanta to catch our next flight, our connecting flight to Syracuse. Yep, so we were annoyed right away. because I think we got into, I mean, this picture is taken at 7:22 or 7:21, and this is when we loaded back up onto, or when we landed into Miami, I want to say. So, and our connecting flight was at 5 p.m. in Georgia to Syracuse. We were supposed to be home and picking up our pup by 7 o'clock. So we were not happy campers, to say the least. So we had to get off the plane in Miami when we landed, go through customs, take all of our belongings, all of our carry-ons with us, go through customs, and then get back on the plane. They did not tell us what gate we were at. They did not tell us anything. They just told us we had to be back on the plane. So we had to, I don't know why I just took that off there. I didn't want to do that. So we had to figure out everything on our own once we got in there, through customs, everything. So it was not a fun trip through over to Miami, blah blah blah, all that. It was just a shit show, to say the least. So we got, oh crap, I just ripped that. So we got into Miami. They got the de-icer fixed. We got back on, well, we got back onto the plane, and we sat on the tarmac for, I think it was probably another hour, hour and a half. Yep. Everybody was annoyed. Everybody was annoyed. And like there was probably another, I don't know, 50 people with us that was in this group for the trip that we had all won through sales. And we were just all over it at this point. Kind of want to do something with this. Yes, let's do that. So we were just done. We just wanted to get, at least to Georgia and get a hotel and get some food, because mind you, none of us have eaten. We didn't have time to even go to a restaurant at the airport because we had to get back onto the flight, and because we didn't know if they were going to take right off when we got back. So if we would have known that they weren't going to take right off when we got back to the flight, we would have took time and grabbed something to eat while we were at the airport. But nope, we didn't do that. So we get back on the airplane and we get back, they tell us, yep, we're going to be taking off. Nope, we sat there and sat there and sat there. So that sucked. And we ended up getting into, I want to say we got into Georgia. It was like 11 o'clock. It was late. It was 11 o'clock, 12, 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. So we ended up, all of us, all 50 of us, at least 50 of us, getting into line